Good morning, everyone. Mike here, and welcome to the second installment of my Parkinson journey vlog. I'm going to start off thanking everyone for subscribing, for watching, all your very kind words. It is greatly appreciated. It means a lot to my wife and myself. We are, you know, this is a journey, and it's a complicated one and at times difficult one. And I appreciate you all being here. I'd like to and I want to thank everyone for the support, the kind words, the subscriptions, the likes, the help, the support on the Parkinson's walk we did, and we'll talk about that in a bit. But I want to single out a couple people especially who were a big help. Gnomestead, My Alaskan Life. He has a vlog on YouTube. Highly recommend it. He is a dear friend. It's about him living in Alaska off the grid. He is as kind a person as I have ever met in my life, and it is an honor to know him. Please subscribe to his channel. Check it out. You'll really enjoy it. The other is the Philly captain, John McCann. If you haven't ever watched his YouTube channel, please do. It is entertaining. It is informative. It is moving. It is everything you can think of what you'd like to watch. If you haven't seen his documentary on Netflix, The Turnaround, highly recommend that. You get a great sense of who the captain is, what he's about. And to say he's a good person would just somehow wouldn't do him justice. But watch the captain. Check the captain out if you haven't seen him. Okay. How was my week since last Monday? For the most part, very good. It was a busy week. We did a bunch of things. I saw my primary doctor last Tuesday in the afternoon. My primary doctor is Dr. Deborah Ubeli. She's with Cooper and Cherry Hill. I have been with her for years. She is tremendous. I have followed her to 3 practices. She's the best. And she is working in conjunction with my neurologist, Dr. Devaney, who is also with Cooper. It's very good to have doctors who communicate. It makes life a lot easier. She is a good sounding board. If I'm getting too far off base and how I'm feeling about something, she will tell me the truth and give it to me straight, which is a big help. Before I forget, while you're seeing a little glare off my glasses and things like that, I'm recording today in the palatial mobile studio of my 2020 Nissan Versa. Raining a little bit outside today, so we decided to go into the car. But my visit to the primary went very well. It's just great to have doctors who communicate with each other and who communicate with you, which is a big help. Last Wednesday, though, was a real big significant step in my treatment. I started a exercise class at Total Turf in Pittman, New Jersey. I go on Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12, a little bit after 12 sometimes. But it is a Parkinson's exercise class called Unshaken. It is a big boost to my spirits to be able to talk to other people with Parkinson's. I cannot stress enough how much that has done for me in the past week. The class, like I said, it's over at Total Turf in Pittman on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. It starts. The first one is free. It runs about $27 or so per session, and you can pay ahead with them. It is getting you up and moving, doing different type of activities, not real high impact, but to get you moving, and to that's a big part of treating this too. It's just as important as the medication and the doctors and all the other stuff. It's necessary to be moving, and it's something I really have to work on. Sometimes I don't move as much as I should. Some of that some days is flat out laziness. Let's not kid ourselves. I'm not going to try to lie to anybody here. But the other part of it is the Parkinson's at times can cause you to have the worst apathy you may have ever felt in your life. There are times when I have caught myself sitting, and then I look at my watch, and it's like 2 hours later, and I don't know what happened. I didn't black out. I didn't pass out. I just mentally went somewhere else for a couple hours. Don't ask me where. The anxiety and depression and the apathy are just as big can hurt you as much as the tremors, as the stiffness, as the movement issues. It is very, very sometimes hard to deal with. I have always had an issue with anxiety and depression my whole life. I have seen a psychiatrist for the last 12 years. I have no problem saying that. I've been on the same medication for the last 12 years. The psychiatrist and the neurologist don't see any conflict with the medication with each other, so that's a good thing. My psych medications are, I take Wellbutrin in the morning, I take mirtazapine at night, and my Parkinson's medication is carbidopa, levodopa, 100 milligrams, 3 pills, 3 times a day. Okay. So there's no conflict there, but it still creeps up, and at times it's just awful. I can't describe it any other way. And talking to other people with Parkinson's, a lot of them have said to me the first year with the disease is the worst. Getting your medication stabilized, getting a handle on what the disease is and what it's doing to you. The hard thing for me is I'm still Mike deep down, don't get me wrong, but the Mike from last year, what he could do, and he's not here anymore. It's a different Mike a little bit, and I'm coming to grips with that slowly. It's a challenge. It's by far the hardest part. of having this, without question. I try to talk to my wife and to other people, but there are times when I isolate in the worst possible ways. And I've got to work on that. And I think getting out to the class will help. And like I said, it is just a tremendous gift to be able to talk to other people who have the disease. It's a big help. So I now have that every week to look forward to. Last Saturday, my wife and I went over to the Philadelphia Navy Yard, and we did a Parkinson's walk. I believe it was the Parkinson's Foundation that did it. All the money raised stays in this Philadelphia area. I live in South Jersey, in case anybody I had not mentioned. I don't think I mentioned that this week. But so in our area here, the money is staying in the area to help people with Parkinson's, research, things like that. Again, it was a tremendous blessing to be able to talk to other people with the disease. I feel like I'm a broken record today, but that's it. It just, for me, it's really important, and it's been a big help. So we were at the Navy Yard. It was about a little over a mile walk down to the Delaware River and back, and there were all kinds of people in various stages of the disease and all that, and the wonderful thing is to see people who are not letting the disease get them down, who are not going to let it stop them from living as full a life as they can. And that was absolutely important for me to see that. I can't say that enough. It really was. And that was good. My exercise class was there, so we were hanging out with them for a little bit, and talking to people and going around. They had information tables for various things of treatments and medications and activities. I got on an email list of a pharmaceutical company that's doing classes on nutrition and other ways to treat Parkinson's. So, it really was a great thing, and well worth doing. And we had never been to the Navy Yard, as far as my wife and I have both lived in this area, in the South Jersey / Philadelphia area, our whole lives, and we had never been to the Navy Yard. Seen it on the Philly Captains videos a lot, so we kind of knew what we were looking at, but that was cool, to be at that. And I hope we will do more of these activities in the future. I'm sure we will. And that's something, that's really important. If you ever see me holding this book, I have a book where I write a little outline every week, so I'm not entirely speaking from the completely off the cuff. I try to do it. I don't want to read from a script. I want you to get who I am, how I'm feeling, and to generally, be as real as I can be. So that was our week this week. Have my my psychiatrist visit today, and I will be doing some walking, and we are going to try to do some things, around the house and all that, trying to get ready for Christmas. I will get into that in later installments. Mental health is a big part of all this, and I will use the Philly Captain's line. It really is nice to be nice sometimes, and that's what I'm trying to remember. Um, it is very easy to let my spirits get overwhelmed and be sad and be depressed. And one of my uh, friends in the exercise class said to me, that he has good days and bad days, and they're not always in his control. And the longer I have this disease, the more I understand that. There are days and times in the day where it turns on a dime, and it's just absolutely brutal, you know. But like I said before, you can't just pull the covers over your head and stop living. It's just a different way of living. Um, I have a good support system, like I said last week. I have a great wife. I have good family. Um, we, I'll get into that in the later episodes because I'll end up talking for 40 minutes here today, and I don't want to do that. I'm trying to keep this to 20 minutes tops, because I don't want, I don't need to take up your whole day doing this, listening to me. It is greatly appreciated that you do watch, that you do listen. Please tell people about it. Please reach out if you have a comment or you have a suggestion or you have anything that you can pass along. If you would like numbers of the exercise class, if you know someone with Parkinson's, excuse me, just reach out to me. I will gladly provide that. If you'd like me to recommend my doctors, reach out to me. I will give you their phone numbers. And, let's have a great week. We will try to, not try to, I will figure out what I want to talk about next week. I have ideas, but, a lot of times it depends on how my mood is. And, I try not to bog everybody down with medical stuff and technical stuff and all that. That's not my area of expertise. But I have some ideas, some things I want to do with this. Eventually, I'm going to get out and film myself doing things. I think that's important for people to see, that I'm not just, that I'm able to live a full life and things like that. We'll see how it goes. I'm trying to look in the camera as much as I can. I can tend to look out in space, and because I'm thinking about what I'm going to say, and I apologize for that. But thank you, everyone. Thank you for watching. Please hit like. Please hit subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. It helps me. It helps me greatly to know that people are watching, and to if I can help anyone, please ask. I'm more than happy to tell you what I know and to try to point you in directions that you may need to go in. So have a good week. Live life to the fullest, and as a wiser man than I once said, go Birds.